Hey everybody, this is Jake, and with me is my good friend Dave Wright, and here we will be
Hey
discussing.
everybody. I like to
Yes,
interrupt.
he does. So we'll be talking about music, and I guess what kind of got it started for all this. For me personally, it was Nirvana. Like, I listened to music before that, but nothing really resonated with me until I heard Greatest Hits album by Nirvana, and it just blew me away. I was like, what? This stuff exists?
Yeah, man, I think like everybody, I just, listen to whatever my parents had, and it was kind of, uh, I guess my mom listened to a lot of Christian stuff. I didn't, at the time, that I didn't have a whole lot of interest in, but then I think it's it was probably like 6th or 7th grade, probably just the right time.
Yeah.
I kind of discovered Nirvana and Metallica. Actually, I do remember where I was. I was in, we were going to a birthday party, a friend of mine, Logan Smith. If any of your listeners know who that is, or if he himself is listening, you're going to be famous now. But
Yes. Your name will be famous, not you yourself.
yeah, I heard The Unforgiven, and it just blew my mind. Like,
I think that was the first Metallica song that I heard too.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure if it was the first, if it was Nothing Else Matters, which also was just, I didn't know such a, because I liked heavy stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know such a soft song could be so amazing. Before that, I've learned a lot since then. But I think there was, I don't know when I first started listening to Nirvana.
I think I got into Nirvana
It had
around
to be around that same time. As those two bands
Yeah.
just kind of opened everything
around
up
like
for
seventh
me.
or eighth grade. I think I don't know why. Like I just like saw like a greatest hits Nirvana album in my sister's room. I was like, oh, I'll listen to this band. I've heard good things.
I hear about them.
And like
People
sure
like
enough,
them.
like the first album or the first song on that album was "Know You're Right," which
Oh, yeah.
probably to this day is my favorite song. Not just because that was the
It's a
first
good
one
one. I have
that
a
got
hard-
me into it, but
I have a hard time picking a favorite.
it was like after that song, I was just like with little to no knowledge of Nirvana or like music in general. I was like, there's something special about this
These
band.
guys are good.
Yeah,
And
they're
then-
going places.
Yeah, and then you went on the internet to learn more about them. And
It's like, shit.
"Aw."
The lead singer is dead.
Wife maybe killed him, possibly.
Yeah, well,
knows?
that's
It's a whole thing.
that's something we could maybe discuss on another thing. But yeah, Nirvana was probably the first band. Then like I don't know, just kind of spiraled out of control. My addiction for music
Oh yeah.
started getting to like
the
Led
best addiction
Zeppelin.
to have.
Yeah. Parents would find me laying down in the floor. I'd be jamming to like, Stairway to Heaven. It's like, you need help, son.
This is the help I need.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Because they don't really listen to that good of music. I love my parents, but they listen to a few good bands, but overall it's like, I'll be blaring like some of my music and they're like, it just sounds the same. It's like, no, it doesn't. It does not.
There's subtle differences.
Yes.
I mean, it depends. I mean, somebody like Nirvana is a lot simpler too. They're
Yeah.
essentially being a punk band.
Yeah.
But I mean, their stuff's a lot really varied too. Because you look at, You're Right.
Yeah.
Anything off the first album really is just
Yeah.
really more gutter punk type
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, well, I guess that had a lot to do with the production value
Yeah.
as well. But I mean, just the
Because I kind of like that raw element,
Yeah.
though,
Oh,
to
yeah.
a lot of bands. I mean, like, in a way, that's probably why I like a lot of, Led Zeppelin albums and Black Sabbath's earlier albums, because you just
Yeah.
got that really raw, produced element to it. And same thing with, like,
it's
pretty much...
kind of a special time.
Yeah, like, same with really, like, all the Jack
band.
White stuff, is it's all that kind of,
That raw side. Of course,
Yeah.
his is all
like, kind of...
produced to sound like that
fuzzy,
now. But,
yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
it's cool.
But I don't think I really got into, like, metal, because that's kind of, like, my specialty now, I guess, like, my preference. I don't think I really got into heavy metal, like, until maybe, like, my junior year, because I think that's when I started to, like, really get into, like, Metallica, like, Iron Maiden.
I think it was like probably late 7th grade, going into 8th grade was when I got on LimeWire, if you remember that.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Started just getting all the Metallica I could. That was pretty much, I don't know, like that and I guess I discovered Megadeth kind of soon after that.
Yeah, I think actually...
Those two were almost exclusively what I listened to for a while, besides, I listened to the radio a lot, and
Yeah,
Zeppelin and Judas Priest and
yeah.
all those guys that play.
I think Megadeth was probably the first, like, real, like, solid metal bands. I mean, like, I'd listen to, like, a few songs by, like, Godsmack and stuff. They're
Yeah.
they're metal, but not
They're more introductory.
Yeah, but like I remember,
into that world.
I think one of my brother's friends like burnt him a CD of Megadeth's "The System Has Failed," which I like the album. It's not one of their best, but like it's. I remember, I really liked that song. Then when I actually started to get into Megadeth, I was kind of like searching for that album, so I wanted to actually have like the physical
Yeah,
copy of
it
it.
was. I like it more than some of their other.
Yeah. I think
They
it's,
come out like 2005.
I
something
thought it
like
was. I thought it was earlier than that, like early
So-
2000s. I could be wrong.
It probably. Yeah, it may. Have been. I'm
Um,
not good with dates, but
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I like it more than some of their, 2000s.
yeah, like Risk and
Stuff.
Will Needs a Hero, which they're good for what they are, but
I did really like Return to Hangar.
Yeah.
Which I think finished the album.
I think so. Then I like to think we've seen some really good shows as well.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
shows I never would have
Megadeth,
expected to. Yeah, saw Megadeth open for Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Also saw
Iron
Alice
Maiden being
Cooper.
the pinnacle.
Oh yeah, well, like the first time
Never
we saw him.
dreamed that,
Like this is really important. The first time we saw him, like I was blown away.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just felt like a dream after
can't
seeing
compare
them.
it. Still not really sure we
Yeah,
saw them the first time.
yeah. I could like wake up and still be in like 2012. I think is when we saw him
Yeah,
the
for
first
some
time.
reason I thought it was 2011.
Yeah, but like I could.
It was not that long
I'd
ago.
wake up in 2012 and be like, "Oh shit, that didn't happen." But yeah, like
It's a really long dream.
getting to see Iron Maiden twice was just mind-blowingly amazing. Getting to see Megadeth, Alice Cooper, Black Sabbath, who I never in my
No.
wildest
Never imagined.
dreams thought, But then sure enough, they were working on a new album. It's like, okay, they'll at least
That's
put
really
out a
cool.
new
Yeah,
album.
they won't tour. But
Yeah, then
it'll
sure
be
enough they
cool.
toured, and then they were like relatively close. So it's just like, okay, we have to make this show. It's
Even
like
if
we'll,
it's like $140
Yeah.
for tickets.
it's like we'll rob a bank. We'll sell ourselves.
Yeah, we had
like on the
half-decent
street.
seats too.
Oh yeah, like
Looking right at Tony Iommi.
yeah, like I know I uploaded Snowblind on here on my channel, which not the best quality, but hey, it proves
wasn't
I was
bad.
there.
Yeah, I have. Forget which ones I took. Really, not even whole songs. 'cause
Yeah. It takes up a lot of
I didn't
space
have
on
the
it.
battery. Yeah, I didn't have the battery for it at the time. But
Yeah, but
I think I got a good chunk of Paranoid.
yeah, which is probably one of their classic, another one of their classic songs.
Definitely their first kind of big hit record
Yeah.
company was.
To me, obviously,
really
everybody
excited
knows like
about that.
War Pigs and Iron Man, which are all
Yeah,
good songs, but
I think Paranoid's not as famous, but kind of up there. With greatest
then,
hits, certainly. But
some of the more
they've got so many.
newer metal bands, not just metal bands in general, but like Volbeat was just
Yeah, that was a real surprise.
yeah.
I mean, I liked them. I didn't know just live how good they were.
Yeah, and then getting to see them again in April
Yep.
will be really nice to see them headline again. And then, so what are some other shows we went and
I know
saw?
Avenged.
Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold.
They're coming up again as well.
Let's see,
That was a pretty good show.
Mumford and
Deftones wasn't bad
Sons.
I did not go to the Mumford & Sons show.
Yeah, he was not present because usually me, him, and a couple other people just travel around seeing concerts. But,
I would have liked to go, but I'm thinking. I think now since they've gotten a really mainstream and popular, it's
Yeah.
hard for me to listen to them as much.
Mostly their second album. Their first album was just like I don't know why. Like there's some albums where I'll listen to it the first time around and I'll like it, but then I remember the first time I listened to it, like my sister let me borrow their first album. It's like it's a nice little folk rock album or whatever.
The more you listen to it,
Yeah, but then I remember like
appreciate it.
one day I was listening to my iPod and it was on shuffle, and White Blank Page came on, and like after that song, I was just like, whoa, how did I just now realize this song is so amazing? Then like I immediately just like went to that whole album on my iPod and was like, all right, I'm playing this.
Listen.
I have to like listen to this and just get reacquainted with how amazing this album is.
It was, yeah. Listen to that album a lot.
Yeah.
Again, with their second one, I don't know what it was, but
It was
was
still good, but man, it's just hard to it's hard to beat that first album, which I guess is kind of a hard thing. You got to either put all your effort into like the first album, make it really good, or because same thing with like Wolfmother. The first album was just
oh yeah, well,
That
the
was
first album.
amazing.
I guess I could try listening to it again, but I think they actually just put out another album too.
I think so.
Or
in the process of putting it out third one
whatever,
of the two.
whatever their singer's name is.
Andrew Stockdale.
Yeah, under his solo.
Yeah,
Banner, or maybe it is Wolf Mother.
I'm
Thought
not
he was
entirely
going
sure.
solo. I think he put out a solo album. Maybe this new one's Wolf Mother.
Yeah. But
It's a whole thing.
But yeah, a lot of fond memories with music. It's now become my addiction, and pretty much.
Just one to have.
Oh yeah, it's
Coke's
only.
up there.
Oh yeah. Coke and heroin and absinthe. All that's fine and dandy, but nice and classy too. Like a nice
Doesn't
little.
do it for you.
Yeah. The nice little glass of scotch, rolling it around. Don't even drink it, just to feel classy.
Yeah. Gotta stay sober now.
Yeah, but and then hopefully.
Much like these rock and roll icons.
Oh yeah. I mean, the fact that most of them are still alive is a miracle. But I think music has definitely become my, I guess, purpose in life, just to continue listening to everything.
Finding new bands.
Yeah, finding new bands, which I'm finding like some newer ones. It's harder to find good new bands.
Yeah, I mean, you can discover bands that you hadn't heard of or listened to before that may be from the 70s.
No, yeah, like I mean, there's still
60s
so many
on,
bands.
not necessarily, because I think it is harder to find, new bands that started recently.
Yeah.
Decent bands, especially in metal.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the Doors. I've heard of some of their songs, but for whatever reason, I've just yet to actually like sit down and listen to like a full album.
I like
them.
them. I'm obsessed with them.
Like same thing with like Rolling Stones. I like "Gimme Shelter." I think is an amazing song, but I think everybody.
I saw. I don't know where it was, but I saw Foo Fighters doing that with Mick Jagger. Pretty great performance. Sure, you can look it up.
Oh yeah.
On these internets.
Yeah, you internet people, and also look up Metallica's new song "Lords of Summer."
Yeah, that was great.
Like
got a lot of hope for it.
Yeah.
It's getting me really excited about the new album.
Like for those of you who are all like, "Oh, they sold out," this song
Possibly.
Yeah, that's up for debate, but that's a whole nother thing. But it feels more like they're kind of getting back on track with their older.
Love when
albums.
James goes into the speed picking and the crowd just goes insane.
Yeah,
you can notice the tempo shift in the crowd.
Oh yeah, it's almost like the crowd was just kind of like, yes, finally they're getting back on track with their thrash roots, and they're not gonna. Yeah, I mean, again, I like Load and Reload, and
I thought there was kind of their stamp on the whole '90s scene,
but nothing.
It's not. Yeah, you can't compare those first four albums or that.
Like Ride the Lightning is my all-time favorite Metallica album. Like it's got Fade to Black, which is probably my favorite song by them. Then Ride the Lightning, For Whom the Bells Toll. It's just an overall solid album.
I gotta go Master and Justice.
Yeah.
I mean, Master is just one of the greatest albums of all time.
I mean, it's really hard to go wrong with
icon.
Their first like 4 albums.
Yeah, those are golden. I mean, the Black Album's good too, but I think that's the point where
that's where
the kind of went off.
Yeah. The fans kind of deviated. They're like, okay, this is where they've kind of sold out, but
just gone in and did whatever Bob Rock wanted them to.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like if you're a fan of any band or artist, you kind of gotta,
you take the good with the bad.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this album might not have been their strongest, or maybe they've kind of gone off the deep end a little bit, but at least they're still putting out music, and at least it's still better than some of the poppy, hip hop rap.
Still better than
garbage.
It may have declined in the scale for them, what you expect from them, but it's still better than most of the stuff out there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's just music as a whole.
So I saw I don't know, the other day it had all these pop and hip hop artists, and it's like, it had I guess one of their most famous songs, and it was like for Justin Bieber's Baby, it was 5 writers, 6 producers, and it's like what? How does it take 5 writers and 6 producers?
5 people.
And then, at the very bottom, it had Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, 1 writer, 1 producer, and it's a 6-minute song. And it's, arguably...
You only need, 1 producer for an album.
Yeah, seriously.
And a lot of time, a lot of these guys that will be produced by a guy in the band.
Yeah.
I know Iced Earth's last couple, maybe. I know this most recent one he definitely did. The guitar player for Iced Earth, I can't think of his name now.
Yeah, I can't... I'm not as savvy with their lineup or anything like that, but...
I don't know that much. His name's on the tip of my tongue, but they included a documentary on the expanded or whatever extra edition of their latest album, which I thought was really good.
It was good.
And he was just talking about how he was producing everything and just how hardcore he was about it and everything that went into it.
So yeah, I feel like
appreciate that dedication.
Yeah, like when all these musicians like are more affiliated with like the production and stuff like that, obviously the quality is going to be better. Because I think like Nirvana, like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, pretty much a lot of the older bands like had a lot of and like
saying.
and like same with Iron Maiden, they were like really
Steve Harris does
like he
everything.
Yeah. So I think that's another thing is like all these poppy hip hoppers and whatever.
They just in, turn the auto tune on.
Yeah.
Sing.
It's like okay, where are my lyrics? You've wrote them for me. I'll show up for like 2 hours, and then I'll be on vacation for like 3 months. Then I'll come back and finish out the album.
Get arrested a couple times.
Yeah.
And generate some buzz for the single.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if we put the album out or not. Just keep releasing singles.
Yeah.
Seems to be, which is the exact opposite with rock, and if it's more about albums, and they do, you can look at the actual sales, and rock sells more albums.
It does.
Whereas pop and rap and whatever, they just sell singles.
Pretty much, but and again, like not all of them, but probably like 95% of like. I feel like pretty much. Gotta stop that real quick. Okay, so I got a phone call during that recording. Very unprofessional, but whatever.
I don't even know what we were Pokemon, possibly.
No, I think it was like 90% or more of like all those pop artists. Like obviously they're in it for the money. I mean, like very few of them like write their own lyrics or have some kind of message or substance in their lyrics. And that's my main thing. Is like. Most of these, like, iconic, like, rock bands and stuff, I'm sure they were like, oh, hey, if we become famous, that'd be awesome. But it wasn't their main thing. They play music because they love to.
We love doing this.
Yeah.
We want to say something, It's what it's about for me. It's gotta say something, mean something.
Yeah.
And even, I like bands like Motley Crue and a lot of those hair metal bands, Poison, all that stuff. I mean, it's cool. I like that, but there's not a whole lot of substance to it. It's just the sex, drugs, rock and roll thing, which is fine. But I like more thoughtful and crafted lyrics.
Pretty much all of Iron Maiden songs are like literature based or
mythology.
Yeah, mythology, like cool epic tales of awesomeness and not just banging chicks and getting high and stuff like that.
I'm sure they did, except for Bruce.
Yeah,
he did not partake. Just probably. A good reason why he's 54.
I think he just turned like 55.
55 years old, is still running around like a 20-year-old.
Like, outstages
jumping
anyone
around
half
the
his
stage,
age.
climbing up stairs.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. We can attest to this because again we've seen Iron Maiden twice, and the man's got like the voice
Fences,
of like
why he's still in such amazing shape.
Yeah. And he's got the pipes of a god. Like
and only just now is kind of starting to look his age.
Pretty much all the band members I feel like are just now starting to like Steve. I think recently turned 57. Would not think he's 57. They look more like they're in their...
Since he dyed his hair the second time we saw him.
Oh yeah, but even still, I mean,
he still looks good.
Yeah, and Nico's like 61. You would not think he's
especially the way he's very jovial.
Oh yeah.
He's a grown child, but in a good way.
Yeah, a professional way.
Professional, grown, amazing metal drummer child.
Yeah. And again, you just don't really get that in most bands nowadays.
No.
I mean,
by that point, they're either retiring or they're just doing it for the money.
Yeah.
Just, chugging along with the greatest hits.
Yeah.
Make some money because the record company screwed them back in the 70s. Which happened more often than not.
Yeah. I mean, that was like the whole point of, Sabbath's Sabotage album is just...
Yeah. Exactly why they... All of that, I mean, they've had legal troubles.
Pretty much since the get-go.
Since, a couple albums in.
Yeah.
Because, it was all just... I noticed with a lot of those bands looking back in their histories or, like, reading various members' autobiographies. From that era, it does seem like the general thing was just... You call up the record label, you want something, they'll send it over. You don't, no money's put into their bank accounts or, nothing's really theirs on paper. It's
Yeah.
just kind of you call us for whatever you need. Tony Iommi had a bunch of Rolls Royces.
That's. I'll just
Ozzy
ask
bought a big
for.
house.
I'll just ask for ridiculous stuff. It's like we need an elephant for this record. Don't ask why. Just
In the room.
yeah, supply us an elephant, and you'll find out on the
Not
album.
going to use him for the album cover. Not going to take him on tour.
Yeah, it's like all right.
Just, yeah. And
You
the
guys are doing
ruinings,
good enough in the charts. We'll send you an elephant. It's like, do you need him like temporarily, or it's like
Whole time.
well,
Whole time.
whole time, and then maybe I'll adopt him as my
We're,
pet.
we're going to record in England, California.
Yeah,
Same elephant.
yeah, same elephant.
Really no schedule here either. We're just going to kind of come in when we want to.
Yeah, but again, it worked out for him. Like again, that's why all these bands are gonna outlast. Thankfully, they're gonna outlast all these god awful people like Katy Perry and
You hardly hear about
Kanye
her.
West
Again, the only thing he's famous for is
being a total
yeah,
dick.
throwing fits because the fashion industry doesn't like him
I don't think anybody
or
likes him.
something. Yeah, and banging Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, feel sorry for that child. It's gonna be the most hated child in history. But yeah,
It's not easy for him.
oh no.
It is a him.
I have no idea.
Who would know with that name?
If you do know or care enough,
Let us know in the comments.
yeah, leave your
We'll
comments
talk,
below.
we'll talk about it next time.
Yes.
Gender of the Kim Ye baby.
Yeah, we'll be like the shitty media and just discuss the most stupid, pointless
So
things.
basically, just if you turn on CNN,
yeah,
it's just a much less professional
Oh, yeah.
level. Basically, the same information.
right. And just go on for weeks on end about the royal wedding and babies and
It's just
what celebrities.
a year ago.
Yeah, what celebrities
we don't
high
keep
right
current
now or
here.
something. I don't know. I don't even know what the media
Sure, a
does
lot of
anymore.
them-
Probably, but
a lot of them are high right now.
I'm talking about the level of Charlie Sheen, where
Well, nobody's
no, nobody is,
He's up
but
there.
yeah, he's another one of those
takes
people where he's
backflips off his bed into Mexico.
yeah, another one of those people. He's got that whole rock star mentality, just tons of drugs and women and
Party
alcohol.
with Slash back in the day.
Yeah, still has yet to die.
Yeah, Slash is sober.
Yeah.
Charlie's not, and he's still alive.
Yeah,
Getting married for 4th or 5th time.
something like that. But I like that Slash is kind of deviate. I mean, again, I like Guns N' Roses, but obviously, Axl's renowned for being quite the asshole. Good
Prima
vocalist
donna.
and everything like that.
He's certainly got his own signature
Yeah.
style, but I wouldn't really say that he's the greatest singer.
No,
The showman, certainly.
yeah. I feel like I had to say, something like he's a
Something
good vocalist.
redeeming.
Yeah, so that way, the diehard Guns N' Roses fans aren't, berating my channel with
Thousands
insults.
of them.
Yeah. It's like,
Listen to these.
I get it. They are good, but...
Oh, yeah. Live, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Appetite for Destruction.
Oh, yeah. That was a great album.
Just
Iconic
the
album.
iconic, just great rock albums kind of kick off the 90s.
Yeah.
No, it was, wasn't 89.
Yeah. But
I don't know exactly when it came out, but it was very early 90s. And then
Yeah.
it took them 4 years to put out a second album.
Yeah.
But the fact that they could ride that one album
For so long.
to being the biggest rock band in the world
Oh,
at
yeah.
the time,
but
still being a fairly big band, even
Yeah.
though Axl's the only original member.
yeah. But, I don't know. I like that Slash has kind of done his own thing. 'Cause, both his solo albums, there's his one solo album where he just got, a whole bunch of other people together was really
Yeah,
good.
well,
Um,
and I love Miles Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, Miles.
It'd be kind of cool if he did another one of those with different singers.
Yeah.
Because I think it really showed off his versatility.
oh, yeah, I mean,
'Cause he
playing
re-
with
he
people
played
like
to everybody.
Fergie. It's like, who would have thought he could pull that off?
Speaking of people who are just in it for the money, apparently she wanted to be a rock singer, but then whole Black Eyed Peas thing came around, and it's just whatever, I'll do this.
See that? I get
Apparently,
it.
that's what Slash was saying. Apparently, he knew her. I guess when she was getting started. I did actually kind of like that song.
Yeah.
though. Even
It
the
is-
Kid Rock song, which is probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
Of that album.
They're probably
bad.
two of the weaker songs, but even still, the fact that, you're still oh, I actually like that song with Fergie or Kid Rock. You're just like, well done,
The
Slash.
one song Fergie sings that
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
So on Slash.
But again, I feel like some of these, pop artists would actually be good if they weren't in...
Oh yeah,
Pop.
I mean, there's definitely some good singers.
Just
Again, they just kind of go with whatever the record company and producers say, and you're going to sing this song, these lyrics this
Yeah.
way. We're going to market it to these types of people.
and basically they
They'll
have
sell millions of records, but
It seems like they have very little say in
you
their own
respect
music.
yourself.
I
And
don't know,
even be music,
yeah.
so so
I could be wrong, but it seems like a lot of these people just kind of show up to sing, and it's just like, okay, you really have no say in like your album. We're just using your name
pretty much
to,
might not even be their real name.
yeah,
Pretty much just a creation of this company.
yeah,
Seems like the antithesis of the spirit of music.
Yeah.
I guess rock and roll specifically.
but even still, like, I mean,
why listen to anything else?
yeah, like again, like, you know, not trying to bash on other people's,
There's some other,
you know,
there's some other good stuff
genres,
out there.
but
It's my preference.
I don't know. I just feel like there are certain. I mean, like again, like I'll bring up Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody and like Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. I feel like it should be like illegal to dislike those songs. I mean, even if you don't like, you know, the lyrics or whatever, you have to at
indicator of
least
someone's taste. Yeah, you can at least
acknowledge that it's incredibly well
appreciate
done.
respect and
Like the amount of, you know, time and effort that, you know, they put into writing those, you know, iconic ballads, you know, regarded as some of the greatest songs in rock history. So it's like, you know, even if you don't like Queen or you don't like Led Zeppelin or even the songs themselves,
you know, at
Which-
least like Led Zeppelin.
again, I don't see how that's possible, but, you know, at least acknowledge the fact that it's, you know, respect the fact that it's such a good song. And, like,
Just a
you know,
brilliant build up.
yeah.
Even with Bohemian Rhapsody, just kind of how operatic and the harmonies.
Oh, yeah. Just, it's almost like several...
Kind of the opposite of. Not really the opposite. It's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
Stairway to Heaven, but both are such brilliant songs.
Yeah, but I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody is kind of like several little mini songs put into one amazing. Just again, like kind of like an opera. You have like, you know,
Right.
little stages and then the finale, and then you're just like, my God, how did one man sit down and create such?
I don't know if it was just
You know.
one of them. But how can somebody sing like that?
Yeah, that too. I mean, again, Freddie Mercury's
Yeah.
definitely one of the best vocalists out there. If only he was still alive, along with a bunch of
Said
other
it
people.
about a lot of people.
Hendrix, Kurt
John
Cobain,
Bonham.
John Bonham, the list goes on. But I think we're gonna wrap this up. This is a bit of a lengthy discussion, but hopefully you all enjoyed this.
It's a little rambling. But
Well, yeah, more rambling, but
you're
that's
bored at work.
kind
You have
of
nothing to do.
that's kind of half of my channel, anyways. But again, hopefully you all enjoyed, and you'll check out other stuff that I do. And any closing words or statements, words of wisdom, Dave?
Certainly not wisdom. I don't have any wisdom to impart to anybody, but let us know in the comments about the whole Kimye baby thing. That's-
Oh yeah, we need to know.
If anything, that's what you should take away from this.
Yeah. Just, you know, take out everything else that's far more important. Just the Kanye,
Kanye West child.
Yeah.
Is it a boy or a girl? Something in between?
could be something in between. It's very likely.
I'm no
But-
doctor.
Yeah. But that being said,
These
everyone,
things.
I'm going to wrap this up. So until next time, everybody, cheers.